Why, hello everybody. Welcome to Minecraft. Oop, ignore that. Welcome to the video game. So, yeah, we're playing this game again. So, for context, I'm just gonna get straight to the point. A few years ago, when I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I decided to do a little tour of my original Minecraft world, because this world I've been building on since beta 1.8, back when the adventure update came out all those years ago. This world actually was originally created in a pre-release, like a beta 1.8 pre-release snapshot. This was before they started officially doing snapshots, and you can kind of see some of the artifacts left behind of how shit kind of got weird with transitioning between updates and stuff like that. So, yeah, I've been playing on this world for a while. I've been playing Minecraft for years and years and years. And I actually, now that the garbage pile is in full swing of just kind of being whatever, I wanted to usher in this new, I guess, era? I don't really know. I just wanted to talk about my Minecraft world because it's been a couple years since I last done anything about it, where I've made content about it, and I'm actually kind of happy with where it is because, you know, my brain is stupid and I like making things. So you can kind of see a little bit of the work that I've put in. So yeah, I've been building this world up for years. I've been pulling bits and pieces from all different types of worlds that I've been on. Some worlds back from 2012. This world originally was made in around 2011. As many worlds and builds as I've done and I've saved up over the years, I've tried to put in here. I'm still working on a couple of survival worlds, and that's pretty cool to do. And I like playing survival Minecraft, but compiling everything into one big creative world thing that I have and making it all fit and making it all seamlessly transition together is a lot of fun, and I actually really do enjoy working on this world, just chipping away at it, you know, whenever I get the time or the urge to play Minecraft. I'm gonna be going over a few things and sort of glossing over others. Down here, this village isn't naturally generated. I put this in here myself. I thought it would be a neat little thing to have. So I initially had this idea of a caste system where not slaves, but the lowest class would be in here, middle class would be in this wall, and then high class would be in the big wall over there, the big white wall, quartz wall. But I kind of abandoned that. Honestly, I'm gonna leave this village here just for the sake of archival purposes, but I'm not gonna expand upon it because it's just it's just kind of here. And this big road was initially gonna be oh, it's gonna go somewhere, and it never does, but who cares? It makes for a neat little walk up every time I do one of these videos. And all these lamps, they got the nighttime sensor, so they automatically turn on at night. The wall's light automatically turns on. So here, let's just actually show this off. Time set night. Here, so these lights just turn on automatically, but we'll see the origin point of this light, of these walls turning on, but these walls sort of turn on sequentially, and so each light eventually will turn on over, you know, the course of less than a minute. It doesn't take that long. But yeah, it's a neat thing. Took me a lot of time to make it work. And I also should mention that this world does indeed have world edit enabled. So finally I got world edit. A lot of this world was built by hand, but the vast majority, okay, a good amount of this world was built by hand, but the vast majority of it, the foundation was laid with world edit, and I moved things around via world edit and all that stuff. So, you know, I have used a myriad of building techniques and shit to get this stuff in here. I've even used MC edit, if anybody fucking remembers MC edit. Damn, that was a long time ago. So, oh, and because of the way that the redstone works, when it turns daytime, it takes a while for the lights to turn off. It's just kind of whatever. So, coming in here, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head down from this corner of the wall down to this corner where simpler builds are. I'll head down in that direction. You can see him over there and that, and yeah, we'll just kind of start from here, head down that way, and we'll just kind of see what happens. So I've tried to establish sort of like an estimated building time. So I wanted to put signs in front of everything because this is basically just like a museum of all my builds. Estimated ETB stands for estimated time of building. This original world was in 2011. Some of these buildings are built in survival. Some of these are built in creative. This castle, 100% survival. I 100% built this like little castle in survival. There are a few little additions like the lanterns I added later and the cobblestone walls. I don't think they had them originally. I got this big map here. This of course was built in creative and everything. I gotta update that map, so we'll get over to there in a little bit. I haven't updated the section of the map. This thing over here, I'm not really too proud about it. I built this back in like 2012 or something. I actually do remember when and where I built this. So this was when this world eventually went from a survival world to a creative world in my mind. I tried to build something more modern-ish, and it just looks like shit, but I don't want to like edit it or update it or anything just because like it's already there. I might as well just leave it the way it is for the sake of like showing how far I've come in building in funny block game for children, because I guess that matters a whole lot. So, you know, I tried to do something here. I tried to make something like unique, but like it never, the ceiling's way too low. I just never like, I was never too proud of this world. Or this building, I should say. I'm very proud of the world, but I was never too proud of this building, so I'm just not really gonna touch upon it very much. It's just kind of there. But here, okay, so here is something neat. So this is the jungle house. This was the first, so I actually do remember when I built this too. This was back in 2012 when the first Minecraft jungle snapshot came out, when jungle biomes were like brand new. And like the first ever snapshot came out, I found this little section here in a jungle biome. I knew that I wanted to make a jungle treehouse. I knew I wanted to do that. So I built a world and I made this, I found this like little section in a jungle world. And so I built my house in there, or on top of a tree. And I made this like, you know, on the floor, I don't even know how to say this. I built this whole fucking like compound essentially for myself. Animals were in here. Obviously you gotta have animals in a Minecraft world. Why did I have that? Did I put sheep in there originally? I think I might have. Some stuff kind of got weird in translation, where I think I might have put sheep in here or something. I don't remember, but I know that I had all four kinds of animals at that point. I remember I had an iron. Did I have an iron golem in the original world? I actually don't remember. That's new. That hole over there is new. We're gonna ignore that. I don't remember if I actually built the iron golem myself. I might have. Half Heart Lake. Yeah, it kind of looked like a half heart when viewed from up top. So I'm just like, I'm going to name it Half Heart Lake because I am a child. You're gonna see a lot of like, how my brain operated as a child, because I was, if you think I'm stupid now, holy shit, I always labeled pumpkins as pumpacons, because I'm a dumbass. I had a bunch of cats. This was back when cats were the ocelots, and you had to tame cats using fish. So I had a few in this world because, you know, I had to, obviously. I beat the Ender Dragon in the original world. My greatest achievement, I fucked the dragon. Awesome. Good job, young me. Redstone lamps, I think, were new at this time. That's why I put this in here. But yeah, this was a survival world, and I did like beat this world. I beat the Ender Dragon because the Wither at this point was not a creature yet. Mine shaft, if you want to go all the way down there, which I'm not going to because I don't care. Yeah, so this was a lot of work. This world, I do remember when this first Jungle Snapshot came out. We were vacationing at my great aunt's house, and I remember every night before I went to bed, I decided to chill out and play a little bit of Minecraft on my Samsung laptop, because I just genuinely could not get enough of this game. I still kind of can't, honestly. This is just the funny block game that always makes me smile. And this floating island, I believe I made in survival. I actually don't remember if I did or not. as you'll see in the future of this video, I have a bit of a thing for floating islands. I had cacti growing. I don't even know why I had that. I think it just looked neat. But yeah, this was just kind of the whole world, and I wanted to keep the mountains. I wanted to keep all the trees. I had to regrow the trees and the bushes using World Edit, just because a lot of them got cut off in the transition from the survival world to here in the creative world. So I put a lot of effort in trying to make the trees and the bushes look like natural and shit. I think it turned out okay. You get this like fun crossover on the wall where some of the vines go down. I think that's neat. Some people would like probably get rid of that, but I actually kind of like the overgrowing aspect of it, considering it's a fucking jungle. What is that? Why? I used some World Edit brushes to make these trees, all right? Cut me some slack. Anyway, that's we have a lot to go over. We've already been here for like 10 minutes and we have a lot to fucking go over. So we're gonna head back over this way. This is a more recent world. So from like this corner over, ignore this mountain. This mountain was not in the original world, but this like square right here was one of my survival worlds. And if we go down here, the Funkin' Farm, 2020. This is a pretty recent world, all things considered. I want to like put a little blurb where it's like, I just wanted to play some Minecraft, and that is kind of true. I just wanted to play some Minecraft, so I figured I would have, you know, a little farm, a little homestead. The animals have disappeared for reasons that I will explain later. So of all the crops, I will explain later. But you can see like a pretty good transition here from like one of my newer houses to older houses. You know, like this, I really like how this turned out, honestly. And I'm also a big fan of little cabin on a hill, but then when you go inside the house and it's like a little house, there's like a staircase that goes down into this grand underground like structure, and you can see like all the I guess industry, whatever, that I'm working on. I like the facade of a little house that goes into like this big underground thing. And this netherite armor was legitimately collected in this world. So again, I get pretty far in a lot of these worlds before I decide to like, you know, archive them for a bit. Oh, we'll talk about some of these in a little bit. I like the stick of dragon whacking. Yeah, it has an enchantment level of knockback of 255 because, you know, wooden sign with knockback 10. I do like wooden sign with knockback 10. That's really funny. Fuck that thing way over there. Of course, a classic. I usually name my bow Fuck That Thing Way Over There. Yeah, and you know, these were all like legitimate worlds at one point. So, you know, the things I collect are the things in these chests were legitimately collected at one point. So, you know, it's just, I don't know. I get proud of the progress that I make in certain worlds. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for me, but it just is, you know, and I like being able to sort of snapshot these worlds and just like preserve them, you know, especially when it's like compared to everything else in this world, like it's cool. And since it's turning nighttime, we're actually go ahead. This chunk of the world was actually an addition that I made like in this world when I put it in this world. This was not in this canopy right here was not in the original survival world. I just added this in because it was neat. And then may you rest and never return. Ooh, what does that mean? I don't fucking know. It doesn't mean anything. One of the best things about, oh yeah, and I have these guys in here too, just to add a little bit of ambiance. It's neat in here. You know, I like how this little area turned out, how the ambiance feels. One of the best things you can do when you world build is just leave enough hints to make people guess and make people think, but never like actually explain anything, you know? Like, I think that's really cool. I genuinely, I think that is a neat thing to do. I built a witch hut. There is no witch in there. I should put a witch in here and she'll just like live in here. That actually would be funny. I'm gonna do that later. Yeah, I'm gonna do that later. We have some, you know, stone brick paths that connect everything. One of the things that I like to do when I design a world, I'm gonna go ahead and walk through the original buildings that I've built in here. When I design worlds, I like to make them when I'm working on this world in particular. I like to design this world in the sense that you don't need to, unless otherwise specified, you can just walk everywhere. You know, there are a couple of things in this world that you can't just walk to, and I'll explain them here in a little bit. And we'll go down here in a second. Right now, I just kind of wanted to walk around in the castle. I kind of avoided the castle, but you know, we're gonna just quickly go over here. A lot of this video is gonna be extremely scattered. You know, maybe one of these days I'll just put this world out and you can just download it to fucking explore on your own, because I've snuck a lot of little Easter eggs that literally no one but me would ever see. So, you know. Oh yeah, sheeper. I remember I hit a bunch of like light blue sheep around in the world. I actually don't remember why I did that. Some monster heads, a player head, a zombie head. I just wanted to decorate with heads, I guess. A mine shaft kind of thing. That's kind of neat, I guess. Here's a funny one. Wham! I have a fucking, you go down here, it's a secret movie theater. Whoa! It's a secret movie theater. And, okay, genuinely, this is one of like my favorite little touches. You know, in movie theaters, they have the little lights on the stairs that like illuminate where you're stepping so you don't like lose track of it. That looks neat, okay? I'm just like happy with that. And one of the other things that I do in my worlds is, or at least in this world now, I've started using the invisible light blocks just to add a little bit of like extra visual fidelity, I guess? I don't know, just to make it look cool. Even when the lights are off, you know, the invisible light blocks. We've seen a couple of the invisible light blocks already, like where I've placed them down, but I'll never tell where they actually are. In here, I'm pretty sure was the original mine shaft in this world. I think, yeah, because it ended in a ravine was down here, and then I went and did my caving and spelunking. Because remember, this world initially was survival. Before I added all these fucking buildings and everything. This is 2011 probably. So this little area, we'll get to the end of it in a little bit, or maybe in a lot of bit, because we're about 20 minutes in. But the reason that the lights are shaped this way is because there was a lighting bug that essentially would keep the entire tunnel dark, but only illuminate the tops of these slabs here. And because of the way that mobs spawn, the light level in this tunnel here would be next to 0, but monsters couldn't spawn in here because monsters back in the original versions where this glitch was present couldn't spawn on slabs and they couldn't spawn on minecart rails. So effectively, I had a completely dark tunnel that went down to something, but monsters could never spawn in. And then I had redstone torches just to make sure it was bright enough to where monsters wouldn't spawn in here. And it looked a lot cooler back in, back in like 2012 when I built this tunnel. But, you know, that's just kind of neither here nor there. You know, it doesn't really matter. You come out this door and you're back in this like big wooden path area. These paths all used to be built of just regular oak wood. And then later on, I decided to use dark oak when, you know, I decided to do creative. I think this was a farm originally. You can see this companion cube motif in some of my buildings, and that's because my original Minecraft skin, like original Minecraft skin, was the statue that you saw over in that direction over there. That statue was my original Minecraft skin, and I recreated it block for block in a big statue because I thought it was cool. The paths are relatively new. I think I did these last year. And you know, I added the texturing and the detail in the paths and everything. Like I said, I'm gonna try to not update a whole lot of my older buildings, just because I want to preserve how they were, you know? The changes I've already made, I'm not gonna like try to go back and revert, because that's just kind of like a fool's errand. I'm never gonna really remember how it was, really. So, it's not, you know, it doesn't really, I don't lose my mind over it. Oh, here's my to-do list. I remember I did a couple of streams of building in this world a while ago. That's where that mountain came from, actually, was from one of the streams that I did. And I had like a little to-do list of like what I could do during streams and everything. Oh yeah, another little detail that I really like that I just added because I'm stupid is I made a different kind of wood because the headcanon or the lore of this farm is that the fucking sign fell over and I had to repair it, but I only had this kind of wood, so it doesn't look entirely right. I'm saying a lot of this stuff out loud, and I'm just like kind of realizing just how fucking retarded I am. Oh, I can't say this word on YouTube. Oshanica? I don't fucking remember this. Jeffrey II. Oh! Okay, no, yeah. I remember this. I remember exactly where I was when I built this, too. I was on a fucking airplane. Was I on an airplane when I was building that? I don't remember. I said I remember exactly where I was when I built this one, but I might be like combining memories of building that building over here and building this town, because I know I have a very good idea that I was on an airplane when I built this town. And I had to build this, by hand. There was no world edit or anything, so that's why the buildings are all so fucking tiny, because I had to place all the blocks individually. What is this? Straight up, I do not remember building this. Oh well, I guess. We have a bridge over here that leads to the town's graveyard with this man. His name is Dampe because I'm unoriginal. And we can head back over here. A lot of the dirt is still around. This was a very recent addition. Oh shit, the random tick speed is still really high. Holy fuck. I forgot I adjusted the random tick speed in this world to be like 400 or something because I wanted to grow something. I actually forgot what it was. But yeah, I messed up and I tried to do some world edit shit and ended up flooding the entire world. So all the grass got deleted, all the animals kind of got like moved out of their where they originally were. So stuff's been shuffled around and stuff isn't exactly right, but like I don't really care all that much. I drained all the water out. I need to put more like tall grass around here because the tall grass looks nice. Make like a path over here. So this was another one of my survival worlds. Jombathy. That's a recent update, I'm pretty sure. This was another one of my survival worlds. I'm pretty sure this was just another snapshot, like around 2012, I want to say. Like late 2012, early 2013, I'm pretty sure is when this world was initially built. And again, survival world, completely survival. There might have been a few updates. I actually don't remember if these trapdoors were in the game at this time, but I might have just added this for just adding something to the house. I don't fucking know. But yeah, actually, you know what? I do dig when you build a nether portal and you like build your world to make it look like the nether is creeping out of the portal. We'll go into my current survival world in a little, after this whole tour is done, and I'll show you like what I'm talking about. But all these blocks and items were legitimate, and I think this chest, yeah, this chest was my entire inventory when I decided to move the world over. I decided to bank my current inventory and do that. And my ender chest got messed up because we're moving worlds and everything. Stuff just happens. Oh yeah, I built a little refrigerator because this is a kitchen and a seat for one because I'm always alone. Anyway, we're heading back upstairs. Another redstone lamp. I guess I just really liked the toggleable lights. I don't fucking know. Oh yeah, the brewing table. Back when brewing was like brand new and enchantments were brand new. Every house I built after enchanting, it had to have this big fucking enchanting room just so I could get max level enchants, because, I had to get those max level enchants. I'm losing more and more of what to say. This mountain, on the other hand. But this mountain right here was like, this is one of my big, I'm unreasonably proud of how this little mountain turned out. I built it block by block because there was no world edit. I didn't have world edit when I built this, so I just had to smooth it by hand, which is a pain in my ass. There's a little mine shaft in here, and you can see that I did in fact build it block by block by myself without any world edit or anything. So I don't know. I'm just kind of happy with how that turned out. Added some like texturing with the different ore types and everything, or not the ore types, but the different rock types. I should probably add some ores in here. That might be neat, like a little bit of coal ore on the side. But here's a really fun Easter egg that I hid. That's a wither rose right here. So the wither rose is like sapping away the life out of this little grove here. And it's just kind of, it looks neat. It looks neat. Adding a little bit of lore, of world building. Because I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm still trying to get over my self-image issues. Fucking shoot me. I built that. Sacrificed to the sacred Notch gods. Yeah, back when Notch actually was the one who made Minecraft, not Hatsune Miku. We got a sheep. We got another farm here. I'm tempted to like move all of this stuff because I have another. I'm actually kind of planning out where I'm gonna put my current survival world that I'm working on whenever I'm done with it. I'm gonna probably delete this because this was initially gonna be Fort Bunker. It was a little in-joke with my old friends back when I played Minecraft way in the past. And I was gonna like actually build Fort Bunker and it was gonna be like right here. But I don't really have any ideas for how to make Fort Bunker work. So I'm just probably gonna delete that or like move it to the other side of the wall. I don't know, that might be a better idea to just move it, like do a little fucking mirror flip and just flip it on the other side of the wall and just have it be over here and have the survival world be in here. I don't fucking know. Because there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff outside of the boundaries of this wall. Here we have my little fucking island. This was built in creative, but you know, like a lot of these really early buildings, they were built block by block. Had to go in and like really study my original skin. I had a little diamond sword on my back because that was cool. I can't remember if I remember I was given this skin by someone, but I don't remember if they built it, like if they like actually drew it or if they used one of those like old skin designer programs. I don't know. I had a companion cube for the head. I thought it was funny. But now I am Bob. I should make a Bismo skin, but I kind of don't care, honestly. So this, I'm actually extremely proud of this. Here, you know what? Let me just, fuck. No, hold on. Shit. There we go. Fuck. Okay. It took me a little bit. So this I'm actually really proud of. So this is, yet again, another survival world that I was working on. I kind of abandoned this world early. I don't remember why I abandoned this world early. I was just kind of done with it. So I'm just like, fuck it, I'll move it in here. But I didn't know, like, where to put it. So I got this idea of this, like, island kind of thing, where the land is sort of jutting out from above and the waves crashing into the rock have eroded it on the sides. So it has this like cool, like curved look with when you go up it. I know that there are houses built on top of rock formations like these. I have no idea how to look that up, but I was definitely inspired by some of those to put that sort of world design in here. Or that sort of like ground design? I don't really know. But when I initially plopped this world on this little mountain and I started carving it away, I didn't really have a way to get to the house without flying up to it. So I thought, hey, I'm gonna build this like tunnel up here, and it's gonna be a big staircase that you can just walk up and get up here and see the world and everything. Because, you know, like I said, I like designing all my worlds to where you can just walk to everything. Hold on, there was actually a sign at the beginning that probably tells you a little bit of information. Emotional damage, right, I forgot that this was the emotional damage world. Yeah, one of my dogs died, so I'm just like, fuck it, I want to play Minecraft. I want to just feel better about things, so let's just do that. I'm fine now, by the way. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I think that's why I initially abandoned this world, is just because, I I was tired of like working on it, I guess. I built a lot of stuff. I was trying to get into like automation and stuff like that, because that's one aspect of Minecraft that I don't really touch a whole lot, is automation. And yeah. So I have a little automated sugarcane collector farm thing that is, you know, it works. It's not the most efficient thing in the world. I got farms in here, you know, they're kind of doing their own thing. I'm pretty sure I have, yeah, I do. I have more farms underneath here. Oh yeah, I really like how these little farming walls turned out with the leaves inside a little like concave chunks of the wall. I don't know. It looks neat, and I like how the water drains down from the farm up top, and it fertilizes the ground in here and all this stuff, and the fences in the ceiling. It looks nice. At least I think it looks nice. So, oh, this whole... I just realized this entire video might be in 30 frames per second. Oh well. I promise I'll record the rest of my gameplay videos in 60 next time. Yeah, so I just found this, I was like building in a world, and I found this chunk with like the 3 hills all next to each other, and I wanted to build like things on top of each hill and have little bridges going between each of them. I think the bridges turned out real nice, honestly. You can fall off of them really easily, but I kind of like how jank they are, you know? It kind of adds this like charm, I guess. I don't know. I like how the bridges turned out. I have my animals over here. I can hop on this thing. I learned this from, I learned this little trick from Hololive Minecraft series. If you know what Hololive is, good job. If you don't worry about it. But I built this little house. Yeah, like I said, I have a little bit of a soft spot for houses that have big underground things. I don't know why. I just really like this type of building. And my patented storage room, not patented, but like my signature storage room. You can tell when you go into each of my survival worlds, I make my storage rooms in a very particular way. I built candles. I think candles were new when I was doing this world. I don't remember. No, they couldn't have been new. I don't remember, actually. I have this little thing right here, this opening down here for like ships to pass through with these fucking pillars. Those were built, oh god, those were probably built in like 2013. Yeah, I really don't have anything much to say about it. And then we get to this big thing. So this was, oh, actually, you know what? We'll have to go in through the walkway entrance that I haven't actually finished yet. So you walk in through here, you walk behind here in the castle, and you can actually get teleported to certain things. I have room for 3 more teleportation spots, but I actually don't know how much I like the teleport things. The underwater farm, yeah. Okay, so you can see where we are. There's that big tower. There's where those are. We'll get to those. So I had this little underwater farming area. Oh, the whole thing is flooded. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. So, yeah, I flooded the whole world. There's still some cleanup I have to do. I got a little error lock in here. So yeah, you can get teleported between between a few little points in my world. Effigy Island is this one. And then the Aether Cluster is up there. We'll go to the Aether Cluster later. I know, I'm actually really happy with how the Aether Cluster is turning out, but like, we'll go there later, I promise. So you go through here, and this whole big area is gonna be something. I still don't entirely know what I'm gonna put here. And the shaders that I have installed make this scene like real harsh contrasted and everything. There's no like real walkway to this big tree, but this big tree here, if I give myself effect, let's just give myself night vision infinite. There we go. We can actually kind of see it now. So this big tree thing was built on a very old creative server that I was on, probably like 4 years ago at this point, where we had a bunch of floating islands and we all just kind of built, and I built this big tree because one of my friends at the time on the server told me, hey, you should build a big tree. And I'm like, bet, I'll build a big fucking tree that you can like walk inside, and there's gonna be all these different things. What the I don't remember. Anyway, you see all these things in here, and there's like an armory, because it was like, I think we had like some lore where the elves lived in the big tree, and there were gonna be dwarves, and they were like battling against each other. Here's like a forge room for the elves to work on. Like, little bits and pieces are coming back, but most of what I know, I think this was also supposed to be an armory. I actually don't remember what this was supposed to be. There's nothing in here. I don't know. It's just another thing. Maybe it was gonna be like a war room. Maybe there was gonna be like a nether portal in here or something like that. I don't know. I think down here was the mushroom room. Yeah, ooh. Texture pack is kind of fucked up. But yeah, I guess they were cultivating mushrooms down here. A cute little detail, you know, because they're trying to be close to nature or something, because they're elves. These floating islands here were actually originally from like the original world, right? That wasn't there. That I added later. But this little formation here and these little formations here, these were actually from the original world that I sort of adapted to. They used to be where this whole mountain range right here, where all these little things were hanging off, was originally where this house was. There was a whole big mountain range here. And so I gutted the mountains, put them here to add a little bit more variety in where this big tree is, and then I had enough room to put this house down here. So yeah, things get kind of like put back and forth between what I'm doing. Again, like that, like I think the initial plan was to have a bridge coming off of here, going over to here, and then it could like split off into wherever it needs to be, because there's like a big water pool down here. Dude, I swear, it's been a while since I've looked at some of these worlds, so I don't remember every little detail. I do know that I wanted, you saw like this underground sewer thing. I do want to build an underground sewer system in, below the big tree. And actually, now that I have a little something like to go off of, I kind of want to base it off of the subterranean shunning grounds from Elden Ring. Because, like, holy shit, that game's world building is just fucking top notch. Dude, FromSoft always knocks it out of the park with their world building. I built this big wall, this big quartz wall with emeralds in it. I think it looks neat, you know? It goes back to the whole, like, caste system thing that I wanted to design. Because I initially wanted to, like, build lore into this world, but that plan actually fell through. And now it's just kind of sort of like an archival thing of all the builds that I've done. Oh, we actually never looked at this mountain over here. I just realized we walked right past this mountain. So I built this on stream. I don't stream much anymore, but I got this idea of like a big tree, and it has like the lone, like big fruit, and there's like a big water pool, and this is where like a river originates from, and it goes out here. I don't know, man. I was just trying to like fill space on stream and like just sort of make creative building entertaining on twitch.tv back when I used to stream on Twitch. Maybe that was a YouTube stream. I don't remember. There's really not much to say about some of these builds. I'm just kind of glossing over some stuff. This house, on the other hand, now this, again, like a lot of these builds, entirely in survival. And I found this big ravine that I've like sort of filled in and sort of done some weird shit to. But I found this big ravine, and I'm like, hey, you guys know what kind of builds I like doing. I like having the house with the big fucking... So I initially built this world as this gigantic network of staircases and tunnels and glass and mostly cobblestone. It kind of looks like shit. I don't remember what year this world was from, but I do know that I built all this shit legit. And I actually wanted it to be this like winding, confusing paths, just this absolute fucking clusterfuck. And that was like what I wanted it to be, right? Because it feels like chaotic and hectic, and it has like all this shit like it has stories you can tell of like how certain things were designed and all this stuff, and I don't know. I think it turned out okay. Oh, okay, it's still flooded in here. I was able to save some of the original caves from this world, so I think that's what this is. This was a pathway that leads into all these caves that were that I explored. Because remember, this was a gigantic ravine that I've just sort of been hollowing out, or I hollowed out and put a bunch of paths into. Garbage disposal. Storage room. Gotta have a storage room. Nether, wood, stone, dirt, other stone, decorations. E? I don't know. Who cares? Gotta have a storage room. It wouldn't be a world that I built if it didn't have a storage room and a massive fucking farm. Texture pack is kind of bugging out again with some of these textures. Oh well. I think this was, yeah, the Nether portal down here. Those sponges are left over from the cleanup effort, I guess. I guess I never fixed this. Oh, okay, so a lot of this water is still kind of left behind. Pretty sure every little point in here where the water is originating from used to be a torch. Yeah, there's like glow squids down here too. That's funny. So it's a good thing I have night vision on, otherwise you wouldn't be able to see a lot of this. Huh. Oh well, I guess. It's just kind of how it is. I'll fix it all later. Yeah, I'm still kind of feeling the massive fuck up that I did, which I'll explain the fuck up actually here in a second. Recently, I'm talking like yesterday, I was, at time of recording anyway, I was trying to fit this big mountain range into, like, fit more into the geography of the world, because it, you know, it was copied via world edit, so it had like really fuck. I'm trying to say sharp and stark at the same time. It had really stark drop-offs, because it was like cut into the world and everything, because, you know, like the box selection of world edit. Oh look, there's the warped wood that I used as the selection point for this world originally. Huh. You know, I'm gonna leave that there. That's funny. I'm keeping that there. So again, all survival. Built this little village, all in survival. And this was my first, this whole world was an experiment to custom build a village. And I think we can actually see the introductions. Yeah, it's down here. The Buzzy Bees Mountain, 2019, first attempt at a fully customized village. So yeah, funny story is this world was named Buzzy Bees because I'm like, oh, I want to find bees and I want to incorporate bees into my build. Never found bees in this world. The funniest thing, never found bees in this world. And honestly, I don't really care all that much. So, you know, it's kind of just whatever. Yeah, you can see where the world got cut off and everything and where I pasted it down in this world. I think that staircase was originally supposed to, yeah, it's right here. Slime chunk. Yeah, so I wanted to build a slime farm to get like pistons and shit going and do like some real automation type shit. Cause like, I try to theme my worlds, or like I have a goal in mind. Where it's like, I want to do more with automation. I want to make a fully custom village, which we'll go to in a sec. Yeah, here's more of the automation stuff. Back when this automatic fishing farm exploit was a thing. And I definitely took advantage of the fishing farm. Ah, man, I got so many fucking enchanted books from this. Going into the nether, you gotta have a nether portal. What was over here? Staircase up. Okay, cool. You go in here. Yeah, and then here's the rest of the world. And then again, fuck that thing way over there. Gotta have it. Smack 'em. The forever pick and then a netherite shovel, I'm pretty sure. You know, I played in this world a while. Automatic forge for cooked fish. I had so many fucking cooked fish that I just had to make an automatic smelter to cook all my fish. Oh, that sword has looting on it. I remember that. That was for farming leather and shit. Gotta build the, I think some of my brushes actually, when I was trying to work on this world and like make it fit more into the geography of the world, I think some of my brushes got through. But yeah, I gotta have the storage room, obviously. Again, all the trends of my world, you gotta have a storage room. I never actually, this is funny. So this was initially intended to be like the bedroom of this world. Never made a bedroom. I never fucking made a bedroom in this world, just because I never really needed it, I guess. I was too busy focusing on the fully custom village, which we'll walk over to. How long's it been? We're 45 minutes in, and we still have yet to talk about like some of the big builds in this world. Big builds. we'll do that one last. I think this is one of the biggest builds so far aside from all this is a, we'll talk about that. But this, in terms of like single builds in this whole creative world that I've archived, I think this is the biggest one, because you have this entire village that I spent a lot of time crafting. So so what was originally, I remember in the original world there was a villager spawner over there. So I made like this automated villager breeder, so I can take little baby villagers and put them in here. Helen's got a mustache, obviously. She does have a mending book, fire protection, smite, feather falling. I remember putting feather falling on some boots. Helen is great. I love you, Helen. We got Blacksmith Dennis. All the villagers have names, because of course they do. Farmer Stumpin', Spelunky John. So Spelunky John is actually kind of neat, because you can see his prices are fucking dirt cheap. So he was a zombie villager that I found and brought up to the surface and cured him. So he gives me really fucking good prices on tools and shit. So that's why his name is Spelunky John, because I found him while I was spelunking. I don't know who you are. He just exists. Blacksmith Dennis, gotta have Blacksmith Dennis, of course. You know, and all these villagers are masters. So they give the best trades, and they do all this like cool shit. And then I also have a cartographer. Actually, I don't know if the cartographer is in this world. I do remember working on this world and building a couple more houses, but then that progress kind of got lost. I don't know when or how it got lost, but it did. Over here, Fisherman Pete. He's down here. He's getting fish and shit. He was actually a really good source of emeralds, and I put a little fence in here just so that Fisherman Pete wouldn't walk out and like get ganked by some zombies. That's why there's a lot of fences around everywhere, just so that monsters don't get in and these dumbass fucking villagers don't get lost and hurt themselves or get ganked by zombies. And so I did this kind of same thing for Fisherman Pete. This fun fact, villagers can't open fence gates. So I use that a lot in my designs of villages. I'm still working on like custom villages and shit like that. But I have this lore in my head that Fisherman Pete is a bit of a recluse, and he likes to stay by himself. You know, gotta have lore explanations for your Minecraft villagers. Gotta have it. Father Grimaldi. I fucking love Father Grimaldi. You can buy bottles of enchanting from him. I like Father Grimaldi. He does a good job. He's a good priest. I built him his little cathedral with no stained glass. So, you know. Oh yeah, and I brought back this design of lamp where they turn on automatically at night. Yeah, no, I do remember there being a Fletcher's house over here, and he was supposed to be like the targeting practice area. I don't know how that got lost. It just ended up getting lost. Massive bamboo farm. I don't remember why I had this much bamboo. I think it was just because I wanted to build a bunch of scaffolds because I wanted to do like cooler shit. I found acacia wood, I guess. I guess that was just me trying to grow acacia. And this was all built in an extreme hills biome in the original world. So some of these buildings, some of these mountains look a bit odd because, you know, it was an extreme hills biome. And then, okay, so the Aether Cluster. We'll teleport straight to it because this is like the only thing in this world that you cannot just walk to. Everything else in this world you can walk to except the Aether Cluster, and I kind of want to keep it that way. I like the idea of the only way to get up here is to just teleport to it. And then, obviously, gotta do some parkour to go between the floating islands, because I'm just like that, and I like having that little bit of gameplay feel. So, I have a certain affinity, you'll say, for floating islands. I think floating islands are cool, and I like when they spawn naturally. A lot of these islands are not spawned naturally. This one, however, is. Okay, so we're actually on here we go. Here's where all the worlds are. Okay, cool. Oh god, White Mesa. That's so old. Holy shit, 2011, dude. Yeah, so do I have Minecraft is Special? Oh yeah, I was gonna make a Minecraft is Special video. I kind of forgot about that. Cave home, jungle survival. I think it was world 1. Yeah. I think this is the original world. So the on the Aether cluster, there's one island that was spawned naturally. So here we go. Man, this is fucking old. God, look at all this. So yeah, when I initially built this world, this was how it was. Where there was this whole, oh, I don't have my zoom in button anymore. Yeah, I don't have any mods installed. Not on this one anyway. So yeah, that whole thing was over there, and this floating island was originally there. So this is why I stayed on this world for so long, because this floating island house was there, right? Ooh, God, you can see all my old chests and everything. Yo, okay, no, this is sick. Hold on. Oh man, I thought I lost all this stuff. God damn, that's cool. Yeah, so we'll go back real quick to the modern world. Wow, hello. So it's me again from the editing room. So I was actually able to essentially regenerate this original 1.8 world. So I was able to regenerate it to be like untouched. Like I didn't have any like none of my buildings or anything. This is exactly how this world generated back in beta 1.8 pre-release or whatever it was. I found the exact same version of the game. It's not running on the same version, but I generated the world in the exact same version I generated it back then. And you can see like there's a reason why I fell in love with this world so many years ago, you know? Okay, so yeah, back in the regular world, so this is why I stayed on this world for so long. Oh, that's a bug. I'm keeping this bug because that's cool. So this floating island world, most of it was built entirely in survival. You know, I've added a few things here and there, but I'm trying to keep this house like as legit as possible. Obviously, you can already see some differences from when I initially built this world. At some point, all the items in the chest got lost. Don't know how that happened. Honestly, it really doesn't matter. But I spent far too long on this world. I remember specifically when I was living in Connecticut. I was building on this world. I think it was still in survival, actually. This was back in 2011, like late 2011. We had a nor'easter. And if you don't know what a nor'easter is, it's basically a blizzard. Damn beavers. Okay, good job, me. It's basically a blizzard. So we lost all our power. We had trees falling onto power lines. It was a massive shit show. We were without power for like a solid week and a half, probably a little bit more. So I just built and built and built on the creative world. And this, you know, house is sort of a remnant of that. You know, everything down there is still a remnant of it, but I having the floating island down there felt a bit weird when I moved the Aether cluster over here. So it's just like, you know, put this island up here just to be with the rest of them, you know? I still need to build like a little parkour path over to this little platform over here, because originally it was just ladders going up to it, but, you know, gotta have that little parkour thing. So like I said, I have a very certain affinity for floating islands. This floating island was the original. So, oh God, 2011, dude? Like, this is 2013, maybe 2012. No, this had to be like 2010. This is before I moved to Connecticut. So this had to have been like 2010 or something, where I built a floating island by hand on a friend's survival world. And it sucked. I do not have the original build anymore. I added to the bottom of it to make it look more in line with the rest of the floating islands down here, you know, because I have a style, you know, as you can tell, I have a style for how I like my floating islands to look. But initially it was just a bunch of spheres with some with a single layer of dirt splattered across the top of it. And I called it Angel Island 0.1 as a, you know what? Actually, nah, no one's gonna know what I'm referencing. So I named it Angel Island 0.1 because way back in the day, there was a series called Icton Adventures in Minecraft. I actually still sometimes go back and watch that series just because it's like very nostalgic to me. There was an entire episode dedicated to one person's build of Rapture 0.1, as to be a reference to Bioshock. And so I'm like, you know, I like Sonic. You know, I've never played Bioshock all the way through. Still haven't. I don't really care to. So I decided to build a floating island and name it Angel Island 0.1. And you know, I've touched it up here and there. I'm deciding to like freeze it kind of where it is for kind of similar reasons that I'm freezing all the other older buildings down there. Just because like, you know, I want to have that like, I want to have that stark contrast between old island and new island. You know what I mean? This was built on originally a fully creative world, where we were just kind of building whatever. So, you know, 2009, we were in like middle school, junior high. So there were tons of dicks and stuff that people have built just for the sake of being edgy and shit. I do remember that there was a mod that we had installed. So creative mode wasn't a thing back in this, like that old of a version of Minecraft. We were still probably like an early beta of Minecraft. So we didn't have flying. Oh my God, hold on. I have to open the world to LAN because this world is so old that cheats aren't enabled in this world. So I need to open this world to LAN to then enable cheats. I'm sure there's some like data pack editor that I can do and like make it permanent, but honestly, I like the jank. This world is so fucked up and old that it's just jank. And I like it because of that. It shows like truly how old this world is. Anyway, we didn't have flying, but we did have a mod that when you wore chainmail boots, you could basically fling yourself into the air and like kind of do like a pseudo fly. Essentially, the boots acted like catapults, and they catapulted you across the air. And those work for all types of boots. And you know, the better the boots, the better the flinging capacity, I guess. The better you could fly, essentially. But chainmail boots, you could not get those legitimately back in the game, back in those days. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fly around these islands while I'm talking, so you can see a little bit of the finer details I put into some of these. You couldn't get chainmail boots legitimately, so you had to cheat them in, right? So when you got the chainmail boots, every time it was the best flying by far, but when you landed, lightning would strike wherever you landed. So there were plenty of moments where where I was up here working on my little island, just kind of doing my own thing, and one of my buds would land on the island going to see like what I was doing. Lightning would strike on the trees and it would burn the whole island down. So what the fuck is this? Hold on, I actually don't remember this. What is this? Oh, I see. It's an Easter egg. Okay, awesome. We're moving on. A couple of these other islands, I just sort of built on online servers, on like servers that my friends ran, because like I said, I really like floating islands. I think I built this one here because all of my islands are sort of like flat on the top and they sort of craggle down at the bottom. I wanted to do something a little bit different for this island. I wanted to do a very tall structure just to get a little bit of variety, you know, and how the islands are and how the buildings are like integrated into the island's design and everything. I think this turned out pretty well. I mean, the building itself, it's not great. I could probably do better. I mean, just acacia wood isn't the best wood out there, but I don't want to change it because it would take way too fucking long to edit it properly. So it's just kind of the way it is. I think I was trying to experiment with acacia wood just to see like what it would look like as a whole building. And I don't know how much I like it, but you know, it's fine. It's fine the way it is. This island, I forgot where I built this island at. I straight up don't remember. It had to have been on another server that my buddies were running. Every single time I was on a server with my friends, I would always build a floating island. Because think about how cool you would fucking be, right? Every other plebeian player on the server had their home like on the ground. And you know, they had their little farms and they had underground tunnels. But me, oh, I'm big brain, you see. So I built my home in the sky where you can't really fucking see anything. I don't know. I really like floating islands. So that was just kind of how this whole thing started, I guess. It all started with Angel Island 0.1, you know, and then it just sort of snowballed out of control. Don't think those are supposed to be like that, but whatever. Got a little bit of a farm down here, and then a little parkour path. You know, because like I said, I want to make it so that you can walk or run to every building. And then we have a couple other islands and buildings here from the same server that tree is from. There were a few buildings that I built on that server that I'm actually still kind of proud of. This is one of them, and this was the other one of them. I wanted to do like sort of an end-style wizard tower kind of thing, where like a wizard from the end came into the world, and he decided to mark his home here and started to experiment with a bunch of shit. And of course, he has a little teleport point up here to get up to his home, because, you know, he's just one of those. Got the crystal that he's experimenting on, and the eggs, and the dragons, and I don't know what that was. I think it was a potion. Oh yeah, I had Melohi up here. Yeah, brother. Ooh, and it's all purple and shit. Oh, chorus fruit plant in here. Gotta have the chorus fruit plant. So, yeah, you know, I mean, this is all built in creative, so there's not really much to say about it. Oh yeah, look at that. So everyone was trying to build like a big mansion and everything in this creative world, because it's creative, right? You want to build like your big house. And then me, I didn't really give a shit, so it's just, you know, my little island bungalow. Hold on, there we go. My little island bungalow. And I had a little home over here that I sort of just lived in. Because me, like, if we're gonna be real for a second, in real life, I don't need a whole lot of space. I don't need this big mansion. I don't need this big house or anything. I just need a little bungalow that I can just be kind of happy in. I'll save my like big builds and big projects for other things. Gotta have a storage room. Always gotta have a storage room. Even in creative mode, I managed to sneak in a fucking storage room in my builds. That's kooky. A little lake here. I don't know. I just kind of like threw shit together in that world. This building, I don't even know what it was for initially. I just sort of built it, and I liked the way it looked, so I wanted to save it. Oh yeah, that was supposed to be the initial spawn point of the server. So like this would be like the spawn building. I don't remember what this was. I think this was just, I wanted to experiment with like sphere brushes, the great bee tree. Yeah, I wanted to experiment with like brushes, sphere brushes, and spawning in spheres and shit. And I didn't know what to do, so I just made this like essentially a biodome kind of deal. Not a biodome, but like a greenhouse, you know? Then you have this little room down here that serves no purpose. So we're going to leave. Yeah. You know how it is. You know how it is. I don't know. I'm just trying to fill space at this point. I think the last thing we're going to... I think this is the last thing, is this island right here. And you know, my texture pack is still kind of fucking up, but we're just gonna ignore it. So this island initially was, I tried my hand at map design. Yeah, it's a little overpowered. I tried my hand at map design, and I wanted to do sort of like a skyblock tier thing, where you spawned on like an original, you spawned on like a forest biome island, and there were a bunch of other islands off in the distance, like just barely you could see them in the distance. And they had loot on them. So this one would be the mycelium one with the mushrooms, because mushrooms are really good creatures, right? It's really fucking good. So I had an island with a bunch of mushrooms so that you could just have it there, and you'd be able to bring them back to your island, and it would be this whole thing, and there'd be loot on each individual island that I designed, and yada, yada, yada. It never went anywhere, but the mushroom island was complete, so I just decided, fuck it. It'll be right here. It'll just be this weird little pocket of mushroom biome in this world. I have plans of kind of shuffling things around. I might move where the Aether Cluster is. Oh yeah, we never went to the original thing. We'll end this video by going down that path. I kind of want to move the Aether Cluster and sort of like restructure things. Maybe expand on the wall, make it a little bit wider. Maybe expand in like this direction over here just to give me some more space within this border right here. I don't really know yet. Like genuinely, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of the builds that I have. We'll go into my like current survival world after we go down this little tunnel here, and we'll see like kind of how I'm feeling about like, what do I mean? I was explaining earlier that I felt conflicted on where to put my current survival world, and you'll see it when we go there. So yeah, we'll just end this off right here. We'll put this down here, put it back, go down. And so this track initially, so I don't remember why. Oh no, I do remember why. So back in early Minecraft, like beta 1.8, beta 1.9, I don't remember when this change was implemented, but compasses used to not point to where your bed was. Compasses only pointed to the original spawn of the world, and you couldn't change that. So in order to alleviate this problem, I built this tunnel out to the original spawn point. Oh, hold on. Furnace. There we go. It's a secret to everyone. So yeah, I built this little house out here, and this is the original spawn of, like, this is the spawn of the world. Like, if I were to respawn with no spawn point set, I would probably spawn, like, right here. At least if this was the older versions of the game. I have no idea what would happen if I were to do that now. But I built a beacon here, just to sort of signal that, like, yes, this is where the original spawn is. And then, we're just gonna move past that. Anyway, I don't really know what to say. I'm gonna be doing very little editing for this video. I'm just kind of rambling about Minecraft. How long is this video so far? Hour and 10 minutes? Sweet, let's make it even longer. Okay, so we are now in my current running survival world. This is my friend, Patrick Bateman. He gave me an egg. This initially was gonna be my house, and I'm going to change that because I have some other stuff that I'm gonna focus on. It's not finished yet, but I always like to build these compounds, essentially. These like big fucking areas where you got all this shit going on and big ass farms, and I got bees finally, and I got these beehives over here. I might expand the beehives a little bit out. I've been playing on this world for so goddamn long that I don't really know what to say about it at this point. I do want to give a special mention to the little cow field that I have here. So the cow field, the way that it looks right now, actually was part of the design process. Was I watch a lot of this channel on YouTube called Urban Rescue Ranch, and I sort of designed this chunk of the world, this cow farm, kind of after his ranch that he has in Waco, where there's like a little lake here with a covered area, and there's a big tree with all these lanterns to keep light around. Like, I'm trying to put more effort into actually designing and like making sure that the world looks good. And of course, I like to build where you can walk to everything, and you gotta have a storage room. This is actually where I'm going to experiment with doing automatic sorters. You can kind of see, like, I went into my test world earlier, and that's kind of what that was. This is the, this is gonna be an automatic item sorter, where I'll just shove in a bunch of, like, garbage, like stone, like cobblestone and dirt and all this other bullshit, and it'll just automatically sort it. Enchanting, table right there, smithing and all this shit, some potions I got from, zombie pigmen. And then, I was talking earlier in this video about how I like when the nether is sort of creeping out of where the portal is, and this is sort of what that is. I actually am genuinely really happy with how this little chunk of the map turned out. I think it looks neat. I think it looks neat the way that the nether sort of is like creeping out of the world and into the overworld. It's not gonna like expand or anything. This isn't Terraria, right? But I just think it just looks neat, and I like having things that look neat. Then you have this like chunk down here of like this glass in the ceiling, so you get natural light in the room. There's a mine shaft down there. This all initially used to be just a big hole in the ground, and I sort of added dirt and stuff on the top over there so you can build a house and like a big farming area up top. I think there are sheep in here. There are indeed sheep in here. Cool. Let's just do this so the sheep don't get out. Fuck you, sheep, bitch. Yeah, you come up here, and there's a big log that you can walk into. Straight up, I designed this entrance to my house off of the Lost Woods from Ocarina of Time. I think I was either watching an Ocarina of Time Let's Play, or I was just playing it at the time. So I just wanted to have this like big wooden thing that you could walk through to get to my house. It looks neat, okay? Very recent world, it got the cherry blossoms. I went out exploring and I found some cherry blossoms. Brought them back here, and I was initially gonna cut these trees down, but I actually really like where they are and like how they look right now. So it's just like, man, I don't want to even fucking touch the cherry blossoms over there. And that's pretty much it, you know. I play this game way too much, and I switch around to different worlds a lot, and I like to bookmark and archive shit because I'm a data hoarder. But that's basically an hour and 11 minutes later. That's the current state of my Minecraft worlds, I guess. And I'll eventually find a place to put the big compound whenever I'm done with it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play through that world until I beat the Ender Dragon, and then I'm gonna be like, all right, that's a good stopping point. Then I'm gonna put it here somewhere. I'll figure out a spot for it later. Probably in this corner over here, and I'll probably move like this farm and the remnants of Fort Bunker, and I'll just like shove it over there and maybe shove that closer over to here. I don't fucking know. I'll make room. I'll make room. You always gotta make room for this kind of stuff. So, yeah. God damn, if you're still here, that's crazy. Thanks for watching this far, I guess. I don't know why you would watch this far, but whatever. I appreciate it nonetheless. I'll probably do another one of these in another couple years, just to like see the progress and how everything has been, you know, going. Like it's a fun project that I'm just chipping away at over the course of these past few years. Sorry, I probably put my mic like directly on my fan. I've had a fan running this entire time, but hopefully I'm able to edit that out for the most part. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and welcome to the new era of Pav's Garbage Pile, formerly the Monster Mash channel. So, yeah. Have a good day, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you look forward to more, variety content. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. This is the original redstone thing where all the light comes out of. I never showed this off. Oh, well.